This isn't fear mongering, it's preparation. At the highest level of college athletics, we are now seeing NIL and revenue sharing contracts worth millions. Those deals are complex, legally structured, and increasingly enforced. But here's what parents need to understand. This is just not a Power 4 football issue. This is just not about quarterbacks or star players. Every family that enters into an agreement with a college is entering a contractual relationship. That might look different at each level, but the principle is the same. At the highest level, it might be a multi-million-dollar NIL or revenue sharing contract. At a lower level Division I program, it might be a much smaller NIL agreement tied to an appearances, social media, or camps. At Division II, it might be a combination of athletic scholarship money, NIL support, and roster expectations. At Division III, it's often a financial aid package that includes academic aid, institutional grants, and merit-based awards that are tied to enrollment status and academic progress. Different levels, different dollars, but still agreements. And every agreement comes with expectations. And parents, you need to understand this clearly. Recruiting is no longer just about whether your child gets an offer. It's about what your family is agreeing to once that offer is accepted. And that includes what happens if your child transfers, if a coach leaves, if playing time changes, if your child steps away, and if circumstances just shift in your life. Many families assume those answers are automatic, but they're not. This is why parents need clarity before decisions are made, not after problems show up. You don't need to be a lawyer, and you don't need to be an expert in NIL, but you do need a starting point that explains how recruiting works at each level, what questions matter, and how to navigate this process with intention instead of reacting to it. And that's the gap most families fall into. They're not careless, they're just uninformed. And in today's recruiting environment, not understanding the process can create problems long before anyone realizes it. Clarity isn't about stopping opportunity, it's about protecting it. If you're in the early stages of this process and you're still trying to understand how recruiting really works, I want you to slow down for a moment. There's a difference between being busy and being prepared. Families spend thousands of dollars on club teams, AAU teams, travel, showcases, camps, hoping it would create clarity. Most of the time, it just creates more noise. Clarity doesn't come from doing more. It comes from understanding what actually matters. For less than the cost of a single club or AAU weekend, you can start with the Parents Recruiting Survival Guide. It's built for families who want to understand today's recruiting landscape, how decisions are made at each level, and what questions to ask, and how to avoid mistakes that follow athletes for years. You can find it in the description below, in my bio, or at keithmondillo.com.